Men of War has a long history on the PC, and a couple of the new features boasted in Company of Heroes 2, such as their true sight technology and ability to knock people into the ice, were around in Men of War for some time. It's the underachieving genius of the litter, underfunded, underexposed, but often sheer brilliance.
Granted, people have mixed views about the series, but today we're looking at Assault Squad 2, developed by the series' original developer Digital Mindsoft. There are other Men of War games published by 1C and developed in-house that may or may not have met your standards. But in Men of War 2 we're back at home with its German daddy, and the iterations found in the second installment are a mix of UI tweaks and further content, with a few minor graphical updates here and there. Men of War Assault Squad has always featured an enormous array of World War II weaponry, from various deployable AT solutions to massive hulking field artillery and the whole range of tanks for each nation that you'd expect. In World War II there was always a tool for the job, unless you were the Japanese, and then you would just run at the enemy crying with pride. And the Men of War series has captured that extraordinarily well, playing as the Germans, British, Russians, Americans and Japanese, each with their own inventory, span the entire front, leaving out Italy and the Dutch resistance, but even other Men of War games have covered that. It was a game largely about taking a front line, moving up, securing it, and then taking more. Pulling in reinforcements off map with points, Men of War was the true, honest skirmish. The Men of War 2 preview or early access build doesn't have all the content just yet, but what it does have is a couple of German and American skirmishes, and these differ to the original Men of Wars in that instead of 4 linear skirmishes point to point, objectives differ in both linearity and grandeur.
Intelligence spotted enemy convoys on the way to our position. It is your choice whether to engage them, but the Russians are outnumbering us 10 to 1.
The first thing you'll notice over the original are new UI elements, which allow you to click on a squad's flag from the screen with ease to save accidentally splitting units up. If you want to, you can drag an area to split the squad up and create a new squad, or combine them to create a bigger one. This has always been central to the Men of War philosophy. One man used correctly is as powerful as an entire squad. Perhaps you want to cover fire with a machine gun as your selected candidate runs up a trench to take out a tank with an AT grenade. Men of War is all about authenticity, and it's things like lining up against a wall, firing one by one, and the multiple hitboxes on tanks that make it shine through. It's an explosive tactile game, and you can control everything manually by pressing E and moving the unit around with the keyboard keys. Right-clicking changes the weapon, and you can change the ammunition you want to use it at will. This is great if you want to clear an area for line of sight with a Sherman or run a sniper across a field to take the perfect shot. Unlike the original Assault Squad, there are skirmishes designed to appeal to that mechanic much more right out of the box. These commando-style missions are more like something you'd see in Men of War Vietnam, where you have a choice of acting stealthily or loud, completing optional objectives along the way. If you haven't guessed by now, Men of War is heavily micromanagement, and you even have to attach weaponry to vehicles or drive them around the map, or loot enemy soldiers to steal their ammunition. Helmets and health packs to survive on harder difficulties are also absolutely necessary to loot. You select the reinforcements you want to recruit using the UI on the right, and as you go through the skirmish, more and more powerful technology will unlock. Each team traditionally has one perk skill and a hero unit, ranging from a swarm of conscripts and massive Russian mortar to British commandos with AT and offshore artillery. It's unclear whether these have made it into the final build of Assault Squad 2, or if that's changed. Men of War Assault Squad has never been for everyone, but its highly authentic, deeply tactical gameplay is wholly rewarding during a time of stagnancy in the RTS market. If you're into your war porn or get all romantic over the powerful battles of World War II, then you should certainly check out the original Assault Squad in the meantime. But Assault Squad 2 brings more content and major UI changes that I feel improve the feel of the game substantially. It's still not the prettiest game in the world, but Assault Squad 2 is shaping up to be easily one of the most substantial RTS games of the year. It's super violent, incredibly explosive, and quite frankly, a war fanatic's wet dream.